Well, I have really learned a lot from general service. I have learned how AA is structured, and I really had no idea. The process is exquisite. In some ways, it's mind-blowing, but it's also heart expanding.
I've heard it through the grapevine.
Welcome. It's the AA Grapevine half-hour variety hour featuring the collective voices of Alcoholics Anonymous. And I am Olis in beautiful Oakland, California.
Hey everybody, I'm Sam, an alcoholic in Palm Springs, California.
Hey, Sam.
Hi, Alice. What have you been up to?
Oh, my goodness. I have actually been doing a fair amount of travel. And I want to just share this thing that is something I did not see coming. I got invited to speak at Midwest Motorcycle Alcoholics Anonymous Conference in Green Lake, Wisconsin. And it couldn't have been a more beautiful location. So we've got a few hundred alcoholics from all over the country, people who, I normally think I would not mix with. They do not look on the outside like my crowd, like the beards and the leather vests and all of those things. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm like an older Black chick. And man, it was my tribe. I had a ball with them.
Don't you love that?
Oh, could not have had a better time. The warmth and the love in Alcoholics Anonymous is unmatched. And I also got to meet in person some of my favorite AA speakers.
Oh,
Like
cool.
Don L was there. I love Don. Just amazing. And so this is the thing I want to share with people about being invited to MAC, is what they call it. Just say yes in Alcoholics Anonymous. When people say get in the car, get in the car. When people invite you somewhere, go. Do not deny yourself the opportunity to be amazed. Who's today's guest?
Oh, I've got the answer. I do. Today's guest is Heidi T. in Walnut Creek, California. And then we're going to have a few questions for the Ask It basket. But first, the news.
If you're a Grapevine rep, lovingly referred to as a GVR, you already know that the job is just a little bit more than reading our Grapevine jokes. Corny sometimes, but always great. And though we really appreciate you doing that, there's actually a whole lot more. And to help you do it, there's an actual page of resources that we've made just for you at aagrapevine.org/GVR-resources.
You'll find answers to common questions about what GVRs do, how to register, and how to get your starter kit. We actually send you a kit of information that is so useful. Reps play a real part in the AA service structure, helping bring the Grapevine to home groups, hospitals, correctional facilities, and people who are still isolating at home.
One of the things that is true about this walk in Alcoholics Anonymous is that we're always growing. And we want to invite you to grow your GVR skills by using the resources that are available. You can find them at aagrapevine.org/GVR-resources.
Awesome resource there. Go check it out. Hey, Alice, we recently had that new slogan contest, and the winner.
So much fun.
Yeah, it was. Gratitude is a superpower. Dun, dun, dun.
Superpower.
Did you know there's also a new book called simply Gratitude?
Gratitude. The Grapevine book, Gratitude, is a beautiful collection of powerful personal stories about being thankful. With warmth and humor, the stories written by you, AA members, illustrates the many ways the program of recovery can improve one's perspective and help us all enjoy each day to the fullest.
This 136-page book includes chapters on spirituality, fellowship, family, service, getting through tough times, and more. All stories were previously published in the Grapevine, the International Journal of Alcoholics Anonymous. It is a great book to start the day.
And it also makes a wonderful gift for a sponsee, for a sponsor, or for anybody on this amazing recovery journey. To find it, just visit aagrapevine.org/store.
I'm going to go get mine right now.
everybody. Hi, Olis. Hi, Sam. I'm Heidi T. I'm an alcoholic. I live in Walnut Creek, California. My sobriety date is March 26, 2014. I first came into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous on October 10, 2004. I've not had a drink since. I did reset my sobriety date to March 26, 2014, when I relapsed with prescription pain medication. I have a sponsor. My home group is the Lafayette Hut in Lafayette, California, which is a short distance from where I live now. I grew up in Lafayette, California. And that's sort of my origin story in AA.
I love how easily you shared that. Don has like really had me honed saying this for years now. My last drink was in 2003, but I reset my sobriety date in 2012 because I used poppers and diet pills in a way that's not sober for me. That resetting a date, that is not a light decision to make, is it?
No, it wasn't. But I'll tell you, it saved my life.
Mm,
And when I came into the rooms in 2004, I did so on the heels of a 30-year drinking career. There was no doubt that I was an alcoholic. I found refuge and salvation in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous. I was one of the, I think, lucky ones when I got here because the obsession, the compulsion to drink lifted. I know that's not everybody's story. I know a lot of people get here and they struggle with that.
mhm,
And so everybody's story about that is different. My story was somewhat akin to being struck sober. I wasn't looking for it. I didn't really want it. I didn't
Right.
want
mm,
to stop
I can
drinking,
relate to
yeah,
that.
yeah.
right? But I got here. I knew that my seat was waiting for me. People told me that. They welcomed me. I knew people in AA. I
Mm,
had colleagues. I had friends. I had parents' friends who were here. Birds of a feather do flock
Hmm.
together. So
Indeed.
my people were here. But because I was struck sober, there was a big part of me, that thing we call ego,
Mhm.
that felt that I didn't need the rest of what AA had to offer. I didn't want to work the steps.
Yeah.
You know, I'd gotten by for 30 years as an active alcoholic, stitching together a pretty decent life. I had a lot of advantages in life. I had a good family. I had a great education.
yeah.
I had a very good career.
It didn't look that bad on the outside, huh?
I did not look that bad.
How
Yeah.
was your experience being that alcoholic, though? I mean, 30 years of drinking, what was that like?
Oh man, it was exhausting. I didn't know really any different, but it was a lot of hangovers. It was a lot of blackout drinking. It was a lot of bobbing and weaving and telling people to, step off. A lot of proverbial stiff arming of people. Kind of the, if you had my life, it wasn't so much that it was like I was a workaholic. I was the kind of person that wanted to sort of build that entitlement life that, look at me. I was always a bit of a show off. I was looking to achieve, 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 so that when I was the sloppy drunk at the office party or hungover, you could overlook it, and that's what I really needed from people. I was a bit of a happy drunk, so I was a social drunk. And I kept the home and the cars in the garage. I was the
Yeah.
breadwinner in my family when I was married. And again, I had a lot of advantages in life. So I
Yeah.
was able to skate by. But I'll tell you what, I was a year divorced. I had become a single mom. 6 months after that, I got into my first relationship with a woman. I had not previously been involved with a woman before. And
Mhm.
so while I was trying to navigate this new life of being an active alcoholic, being involved with someone, and I didn't really want to come out, there were other complexities to the relationship. So now I'm like driving deeper
Yes.
into this hiding and,
Yes.
you know,
Now I've got a second thing to hide. I'm already hiding and I'm drunk all the time.
I'm hearing a lot of unmanageable.
there's a lot of unmanageable.
Yeah.
I get into the rooms and I'm like, I do not want to be rigorously honest. I am happy to get this monkey off my back. I am happy to not be obsessed with alcohol, and I am going to go back and live my life alcohol free.
How did you get
Mm.
invited? Who invited you to Alcoholics Anonymous? Because you don't sound like you got invited by the courts. How'd you get invited?
I woke up one morning and I said to myself, if I don't take the first drink, I can't get drunk.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
was a thought that came to me that had never come to me before.
Hmm.
I picked up the phone. I called one of my oldest and best friends whose mother was in the program. And I said, I've decided to stop drinking. I think this is it. And she said, oh, thank God.
This is
Yeah.
why we're not anonymous in our intimate circles, so that people, when they need help, know that they can call us.
Half an hour later, on my front doorstep was my friend's mom's big book, a clean copy of Living Sober,
Yep.
and a card handwritten that said, we've been waiting for you. We're so happy you're
Oh,
here. It was the
wow.
first reach out from AA. It took me 3 weeks to get to a meeting. I told the people at my law firm, I don't know what compelled me. Have been hiding for all these years and saying, I'm fine. I just had one, two drink too many.
Yeah. You guys are making too big a deal of it.
Yeah, that didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. I felt compelled to tell my colleagues, this is it. I'm done. Two of my colleagues took me to my first AA meeting.
Wow. Are they members?
Yeah, they're members.
How about that?
Oh, so they didn't take you as if they were bouncers trying to
No, no, no,
get you
no.
there.
And one of them asked me several times, and I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I backed out, and then I backed out.
Yeah.
She took me to my first, so two of them took me out to dinner to my first meeting.
I got to share something here real quick. Early on, you were saying, everyone's story is unique, and you were struck sober, and not everybody. One of the things that I love, because I'm sitting here doing this with you right now, and that's the relating that happens. Your story is not my story, but oh my gosh, this part is, and this part is, and this part is, and I'm relating so much to what you're sharing. So, yeah, we all have unique stories, but I've also heard that if you stick around long enough, you are going to hear your
You're
story.
going to hear your story. And the way that it begins isn't necessarily the way that it's going to end. Like we
Yeah,
can't tell how the journey is going to unfold. There's not a cookie cutter journey for us.
yeah,
Everybody gets to choose their own journey based on the choices they make.
What happened was, life got really hard for me. I got into a custody battle with my ex, all sorts of other things. 9 years into my physical sobriety and going to meetings, getting my chip, but not working the steps,
yeah,
right? So I don't have tools.
yeah.
I don't have tools. I don't have emotional sobriety. I suffer of bilateral pulmonary embolism, pain medication. It takes me down.
Because you don't have the tools.
I don't have the tools. My AA people come to my rescue. You know what? And I say, oh, I didn't have tools. I don't know what to do. Well, you know what I knew what to do? I went to inpatient rehab. That saved my life. I sit there in these classrooms. I see on the whiteboard, alcoholism is a progressive, chronic, potentially fatal disease. All of a sudden, I am open to the idea that I don't know anything. I accepted that I was an alcoholic, hook, line, and sinker, no problem. I did not accept that anything I put into my body that changes the way I feel has the potential to take me down.
That's right.
Yeah.
Alcohol in any form.
So I came out of that. I walked away from my career. I said to myself, this is life or death for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I need to change everything. And you know what happened was life unfolded for me in a really interesting way. My dad became ill at some period after that, and I became sort of his person within the family. And I became of service in a different way
Yeah.
to my family, to those around me. it reprioritized, reordered my life to this day in a way where I have things that I do that are very important to me. I have very active business interests and things, but I am of service to the people in my life in ways I could not be if I were still active in my career. I have children, I have grandchildren, I have a partner, I have my mother is 90. I'm her person. There's all sorts of blessings in my life and the living amends that I make to the people around me. And frankly, I want to talk about the living amends that I make to AA because for so many years when I was physically sober, the one thing that I heard when I did go to meetings was, keep coming back and all the people were still there, all the old timers. And what I just didn't get because my ego was, too big for the door, basically, was that people were there when I was there and they were
Mm,
there when I came back.
yeah.
And I wasn't there for people. I wasn't there for the newcomer. I wasn't there for the old timer. And so my work in service today, which I'm trying to expand into general service, which is hard, but I'm stretching and doing things that because the lights are on and the doors are open and the meetings are in Green Lake, Wisconsin, and they're around the world and we have to be here for
Hmm.
everybody. And it's 90 years and it's not just little old Lafayette,
That's
California.
right.
So it's my living amends to AA that I do things that aren't comfortable and don't fit my schedule. And that's not to say, look at me. It's to say, in the quiet of the night when I think, oh, crap, it's like, no, you got to do this.
So, also in that regard about the general service, though, and the things that you're doing, what is something that has surprised you that you got from doing general service?
I meet so many wonderful people. I mean, what really happened was when I fell into NAATW, which
What's that?
National AA Tech Workshop,
Hmm.
which is 13 years old.
Yeah.
And I fell into it because during the pandemic, I helped stand up the Zoom fellowship for the Lafayette Hut. I was going to 6 a.m. meetings there every day. We were, told that the world was shutting down on Friday, that on Monday everything would be shut down. So we all met at my house, which we kind of looked around as we were all crammed into my house and thought, is this a really good idea? Like,
Don't breathe. Don't breathe.
but there were like three of us that said, let's just set up a Zoom account and we'll just figure it out. And we figured it out. We had 17 meetings. We never missed a meeting
Oh, wow.
starting Monday morning. So early on that year in September, I got a text from somebody who said, hey, NAATW needs some hosts for their online workshop. So I jumped at the chance to be of service and I became a Zoom host that weekend for the workshop. And he's like, would you mind like running for the steering committee? We're holding elections like right now. And I was like, I don't know. Okay. And
Just say yes.
I had to like campaign for it. And so I did. I like unmute, and campaign.
Heidi for student president.
And somehow I got elected. And then they said, oh, and it's a 5-year term. And I'm like, what?
What? I know. Who and what? One of the things that I heard loud and clear from you is page 77, our real purpose is to fit ourselves to be of maximum service to God and the people around us. And so I don't work for a firm. I
Mm.
don't have a designation. I'm an attorney or you know what I mean? I'm an accountant, a CPA. I work for God, for whatever you believe God is, right? And so the being your dad's person, being your mom's person, being in general service, which is a spiritual growth opportunity, right? I get joy by giving it to other people.
The National AA Technology Workshop is about to happen.
Yes,
Yes.
Would you tell us a little bit about that and how people can find out more?
I would love to. It's a workshop that happens once a year. This year, it's going to happen in the San Francisco Bay Area in Concord, California. And you can go to naatw.org to learn more about it and to register for it. It is a group that we're not directly affiliated with AA, but we are an organization that is comprised of alcoholics. And we have a steering committee. They're currently with 9 members that serve from all over the country. And we bring together alcoholics who have some skill or knowledge in the area of technology, and they're using their skill or knowledge to help carry the message. And whether that's by building websites or talking about what tools in AI that they're using to help their service areas or their districts. If you've ever used the meeting guide, that is a tool that came out of NAATW.
What we
We are,
lovingly refer to as the chair app.
yes, as the chair app. I mean, there is amazing work being done here. And what our goal and mission is at NAATW is to broaden our reach
Yeah.
to everybody because technology is ubiquitous now. Bill said, whatever the medium is, we will use it to carry the message. And this year, our theme is Circuits of Service, how technology helps carry the message. And so we want everyone to come. It costs money to do this. So our gate fee is $100 for this 2.5 day workshop. However, we have scholarships available.
Is it hybrid?
It is hybrid. So you can come in person at the Concord Hilton or you can come online. And we want you, and this year it's our first ever bilingual workshop for the
Woohoo!
Spanish speaking
Yeah.
community. So please come to naatw.org to check out more about it. And we hope to see you there.
Heidi, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so
Heidi,
glad
you're
that you
my
did that.
neighbor, and it's so good to meet you. I'm
Yeah.
sure that I'll see you in person. Online is amazing.
It's time for the Ask It Basket. We'd love for you to call in with your newcomer or other Ask It Basket questions. The number is 212-870-3418. That's 212-870-3418. And yes, we checked. It's working. We want to hear your voice. Or you can write us at podcast@aagrapevine.org. But we'd really like to hear your voice, so call.
And I want to begin with an appreciation for Drew R. from Sonora, California, who wrote in with a question. So here it is. Why did Bill decide on 12 steps?
We reached out to AA World Services Archives and April Hegner, Special Collections Archivist. She's not an alcoholic, that's why we used her last name. She provided us with an article from the July 1953 issue of Grapevine that was written by Bill talking about the influences for the 12 steps and how he got to 12. It's a fragment of history, the AA Grapevine, Volume 10, Number 2, July 1953. She also recommended a chapter from the book, Our Great Responsibility, named Variations in the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. It's a 1953 talk to the General Service Conference where Bill spoke about the 12 steps. You can easily find both of these, and they are fascinating for anyone interested in AA history. We'll summarize those.
So, why 12 steps? Why not 10? Why not 6? Did Bill just pick a number?
Actually, he didn't pick it at all. He counted it up. And we have these two sources for this, both in Bill's own words. The night the steps were written.
Here's the scene. It's 1938. Bill is laying in bed at 182 Clinton Street in Brooklyn. He and Lois are broke, they're hungry, and they're buying food with money raised from alcoholics for a book that wasn't written yet. The money just isn't coming in. Bill has what he called an imaginary ulcer attack. He describes his mood that night, frantic serenity.
He grabbed a yellow tablet and said a prayer and started writing. And here's what he told the conference in 1953 about what happened next. I commenced to write out these steps. And they were done, to my surprise, and despite my rotten state of mind, rather quickly. It was only when I numbered them that I found that there were 12 of them, and I thought, well, that's kind of a happy thought. 12, is a nice number, both in numerology and religion. There were 12 apostles and all that. That's all I thought about that.
He wrote until he was done. Then he counted 12. That was it. Now, before the big book, AA actually ran on 6 steps word of mouth program borrowed partially from the Oxford group. So why was it expanded? Bill said,
Knowing the tendency of the drunk to rationalize, we felt that the chunks of truth in the 6 steps of the word of mouth program were too big, that you'd have to break it up in smaller pieces so the son of a gun couldn't duck any essential point.
the 6 steps just left too much room. You could rationalize your way around them. The 12 were designed to close all exits, and Bill confirmed the same thing in the 1953 Grapevine article.
At length, I began to write on a cheap yellow tablet. I split the word-of-mouth program up into smaller pieces, meanwhile enlarging its scope considerably. Uninspired as I felt, I was surprised that in short time, perhaps half an hour, I had set down certain principles which, on being counted, turned out to be 12 in number.
So the answer to Drew's question is, Bill didn't decide on 12. He wrote until the program was complete, counted what he had, found 12, and figured 12 apostles, 12 months, close enough.
He was a sober drunk writing on a yellow tablet at midnight with an imaginary ulcer. And somehow it worked.
Somehow it worked.
And that's from the July 1953 issue of Grapevine, Volume 10, Number 2, A Fragment of History, and variations in the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions from the book Our Great Responsibility.
Hi, I'm Marcheta B, Plainfield, New Jersey, and I subscribe to the Grapevine app because it is our way to support AA Grapevine and Lavinia. Let's go.
You can support the Grapevine by subscribing or purchasing books like the Gratitude Book and other items from aagrapevine.org/store.
You can also get a digital subscription. It's only $2.99 a month, and it does help support the podcast.
$3 a month? Come on.
Grapevine, get the app. One hit, now you back.
Using the traditions in our lives. Folks, every month we ask past guests to share their experience with one of the 12 traditions. This month, Tradition 8. Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers.
I'm an alcoholic named Kevin. My sober date is February 3rd, 2020. I'm from Plainfield, Indiana. Well, I look at it like this. You go to a meeting, nobody in there is professional, right? It would not be a good thing if you was paying somebody to get you through the 12 steps, in my opinion. I mean, it would be awkward to me if whoever was chairing the meeting had a clipboard and ink pen, and every time you shared was writing notes down and shaking their head and referring to you as a client instead of a person. I mean, I don't think that would work too well. But it also means to me that we can only keep what we have by giving it away. What we got for free, give it away for free. Sharing with other people helps them, and listening to others share, it helps. And all that stuff is free when we're in the rooms. It's just something you got to absorb. I don't know if you have ever experienced this, but I'll hear somebody share something, but I won't really be 100% listening. But then I'll be driving down the road like the next day or so, and whatever they said comes back in my mind so profoundly. And I said, oh, man, I'm so glad they said that, because it'll fit the situation. Yeah, I'm just glad that there is no professionals in the room. And my sponsor is actually a pain clinician, I think you could call it. He doesn't use AA at his job, and he doesn't treat me like I'm a client. He treats me like I'm a person. So that works real well for me.
My name's Mary M., and I'm from San Ramon, California. For me, there's 2 really key points. One is that Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional. And I think that piece of it really, really speaks to our 12-step work. We are not doing this for hire, and we give what was so freely given to us. I'm so grateful for my sobriety, and I just want to be able to identify with another alcoholic and give them the opportunity to stay sober too. I am from California, and we've had a little bit of issue with sober coaches and people who have felt that different sober alcoholics were making money off of sponsoring or helping people. And it was incredibly divisive for the program to have people have that perception, because in Alcoholics Anonymous, we share this message for fun and for free. Our 12-step work is never to be professionalized. And the other piece of it is employing special workers. If we have a person who is working at our central office, they're the secretary of the central office, and they're the manager, they take care of all those things. The laborer is worthy of their hire, and they need to be paid and paid appropriately. 12-step work, that's for free, baby. But if you're doing work like running an office, then people should be paid for that.
I'm an alcoholic. My name is David. I'm from Apex, North Carolina. Tradition 8, it boils down to, I listen to other alcoholics because I know they understand me as an alcoholic. They've been where I've been, and they know what I'm going through. If they were being paid for that, then there's well, are you really here because you care about me, or because you're being paid? I had guys that followed me around when I first got sober. I knew they weren't getting paid. So they were there because they cared. But at the same time, we do have things that need to be done, and we need to pay people to do it, right? We can't expect people to show up and answer phones at the GSO and, be a janitor for free. They might do that a couple times. So it's important that AA is able to pay people to do things that are not sort of directly related to the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. We should pay those people because they work hard and they deserve to earn a living.
Olis, that's it for today. As always, it was good to spend some time together.
It was good to see you, Sam.
Let's go to the cellar downstairs in the Grapevine podcast super secret clubhouse and shoot a little pool. Or would you prefer bowling?
Sam, my love, are you still in full flight from reality? You know good and well there's no clubhouse.
Well, I can dream, right?
Bye, Sam.
Bye, Olis.
Love you.
Love you more.
I'm at the very wit's end. Cuckoo.
The only thing worse than a wrong number at 4 a.m. is a right number. It's really not that funny.
Thank you for joining us. The AA Grapevine Half-Hour Variety Hour is posted every Monday and is produced by AA Grapevine, Inc. We don't speak for Alcoholics Anonymous as a whole, but we do share the experience, strength, and hope of members to help others recover from alcoholism. All things Grapevine are available at aagrapevine.org, including our app and how to get in touch with us. Find us on Instagram and YouTube. If you want to know more about Alcoholics Anonymous, visit aa.org or search Alcoholics Anonymous in your city.
Warning, repeated listening to this podcast may cause sudden onset serenity, abundant contentment, an overwhelming desire to be of service, sudden spiritual spasms, happy destiny disease, painful grins, corny convulsions, unexpected sympathetic tear duct swelling, bright spots, prodigious step swallowing, loss of fear of economic insecurity, acute attraction, primordial oozing. Discontinue podcast listening while sharing from the front of the room. Prolonged use may increase your allergy to alcohol. Consult your sponsor if resentments flare. The half-hour variety hour is not responsible if you experience phantom news beeps or cuckoos. Cuckoo, cuckoo.